Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, please subscribe. I'd really love that. If you're returning, how you doing? What we're going to be talking about today is the Federal Reserve and what's going to be launched in July. Quite a few people have sent me what they have found, and I'm just going to read to you what they sent me, okay? And this is huge, okay? I'm not going to lie to you, all right? This is something that you have to be aware of, you have to prepare for, and you know, this is not something to be like, it's not going to affect me. Yeah, it is. All right. This is from the Federal Reserve's official website, and why you need to mine Pi coins and other cryptocurrencies to protect yourself. And this is coming from a community member. This is how he feels. Okay, he said, with Fednow, everything you do and every transaction you make will be traced and recorded. Your privacy is over. And he's right. Okay, so I'm going to read to you what he sent me, okay, and then I'm going to read to you what other community members have sent me, because if they're concerned, I want you to also be concerned about this, okay? The Federal Reserve announced that the Fednow service will start operating in July and provide details on preparations for launch. The first week of April, the Federal Reserve will begin the formal certification for participants for launch of the service. Early adopters will complete a customer testing and certification program informed by feedback from the Fednow pilot program to prepare for sending live transactions through the system. Certification encompasses a comprehensive testing curriculum with defined expectations for operational readiness and network experience. In June, the Federal Reserve and certified participants will conduct production validation activities to confirm readiness for the July launch. We wouldn't be more excited about the forthcoming Fednow launch, which will enable every participating financial institution, the smallest to the largest, from all corners of the country, to offer a modern instant payment solution. And that was said by Ken Montgomery. He is the first Vice President of the Federal Reserve Bank of Boston and Fednow Program Executive. With the launch drawing near, we urge financial institutions and their industry partners to move full steam ahead with preparations to join the Fednow service. Now, in my eyes, I feel this is why banks are failing. Okay, you know, maybe I'm wrong. I very well could be, but you know, maybe they can't. I don't know. I'm not a banker. This would probably be best for Trish to answer, you know, but she works diligently, you know, she works crazy hours with Goldman Sachs. So it's very hard to even get a hold of her anymore. It really is. So I'll go on. It says many early adopters have declared their intent to begin using the service in July, including a diverse mix of financial institutions of all sizes, the largest processors, and the U.S. Treasury. In addition to preparing early adopters for the July launch, the Federal Reserve continues to engage a range of financial institutions and service providers to complete the testing and certification program and implement the service throughout 2023 and beyond. Montgomery noted that, and this is the VP, okay, that availability of the service is just the beginning, and growing the network of participating financial institutions will be key to increasing the availability of instant payments for consumers and businesses across the country. The Fednow service will launch with a robust set of core clearing and settlement functionality and value added features. More features and enhancements will be added in future releases to continue supporting safety, resiliency, and innovation in the industry as the Fednow network expands in the coming years. With the Fednow service, the Federal Reserve is creating a leading-edge payment system that is resilient, adaptive, and accessible. And that was said by Tom Barkin, president of the Federal Reserve Bank of Richmond and Fednow program executive sponsor. The launch reflects an important milestone in the journey to help financial institutions serve customer needs for instant payments to better support nearly every aspect of our economy. So about the Fednow service. The Federal Reserve banks are developing the Fednow service to facilitate nationwide reach of instant payment services by financial institutions, regardless of size or geographic locations, around the clock every day of the year. Through financial institutions participating in the Fednow service, businesses and individuals will be able to send and receive instant payments at any time of day, and recipients will have full access to funds immediately, giving them greater flexibility to manage their money and make time-sensitive payments. Access will be provided through the Federal Reserve's FedLine network, which serves more than 10,000 financial institutions directly or through their agents. Okay, so moving on to the next thing that was sent to me by somebody else. This is called Managing Liquidity. Financial institutions participating in the Fednow service or their correspondents will need adequate funds or available credit liquidity in their master accounts at all times to enable continuous processing of instant payments. This may involve making internal adjustments or sourcing liquidity from another financial institution or a correspondent. To support financial institutions' liquidity needs, the Fednow service will allow financial institutions to transfer funds to each other within the service. A few things to keep in mind. The financial institutions set up to send and or receive customer payments will automatically be enabled to send and receive liquidity management transfers, which are transfers between financial institutions to support of liquidity needs. Financial institutions can disable this feature if they prefer. Financial institutions that use a correspondent to settle Fednow activity will be allowed to receive liquidity transfers, which will be posted to the correspondent's master account. Financial institutions can choose to participate in the Fednow service for the sole purpose of supporting liquidity management transfers for the Fednow participants without needing to enable other capabilities within the Fednow service. Financial institutions that participate in the private sector instant payment service backed by a joint account maintained by the Federal Reserve banks will be able to use the Fednow service for sending and receiving transfers to and from a master account and the joint account. Now, this community member said it's going to take some time to research all this information, but here is what I can do before I go to work. Here's something interesting. I don't remember if I told you several months ago, my work decided to offer a system where you can get funds from your paycheck before payday. I have also noticed that Dollar Tree, that they have signs that say work today, get paid today. This sounds like this will be a benefit of this. Wow, no, I haven't noticed that in our Dollar Trees, but then again, I really haven't left the house and I don't know how freaking long. So this foundation for this innovation, the Fednow service is designed to be a foundation for the broader payment ecosystem to develop a wide range of modern, innovative, and safe instant payment services supported by real-time gross settlement. Vendors and application providers for the broader payment ecosystem can leverage the Fednow service features and functionality as a springboard for developing new use cases and new services, including, for example, bill pay, immediate payroll, e-invoice, funding and brokerage account, claims payments. So the last email that I received from another community member says that a new report has found that 186 banks in the U.S. are at risk of failure due to rising interest rate and high proportion of uninsured deposits. The research posted on the Social Science Research Network, titled Monetary Tightening and the U.S. Bank Fragility in 2023, Mark-to-Market Losses and Uninsured Depositor Runs, estimated that the market value loss of individual banks' assets during the Federal Reserve's rate increasing campaign, assets such as treasury notes and mortgage loans can decrease in value when new bonds have higher rates. The study also examined the proportion of banks' funding that comes from uninsured depositors with accounts over $250,000. Half of the uninsured depositors quickly withdrew their funds from these 186 banks. Even insured depositors may face impairments, as the banks would not have enough assets to pay all depositors whole. This could potentially force the FDIC to step in, according to the paper. However, it is important to note that the research does not consider hedging, which may protect many banks against rising interest rates. Wow. So I think that this all falls in line with what's going on with all the bank failures, and, not considering, what I just read. And then I think it all falls in line also with CBDC and UBI. And, it's just, I think this also falls in with you will own nothing and be happy. I really do. This is take total control over everything and everyone. This is not good. It's not good. It's really bad. How to prepare for it? I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't want to sit here and say, stock up on silver and gold. You can't eat it. You can't pay your bills with it because it looks just like loose change. You know what I mean? So, you that's not something that you really want to, I mean, is it nice to have? Sure. But, it's not like you can walk into your mortgage company and be paying off your mortgage with that. You know what I mean? So it's so hard to tell you to do something, because I don't want to steer you in the wrong direction. I really don't want to do that. Ever. It's totally up to you on how you want to go about this. That's all I have to say. All right, guys, I'm out of here. All right, I'll see you in the next one. You stay safe, you stay positive, you keep prepping, and as always, fearless. Ciao.